to game action here at the University of Toronto. It's Birchmount against the Eastern Commerce Saints. And the officials for today's matchup, we only go with the best here on Rogers TV. Jamie McCagg, the Hollywood-type official who's been featured in many books and magazines and TV movies, as well as Tony Rowe. Again, we only go with the best.
Definitely. No, Jamie's very experienced. He's been around since my day, and I'm sure before. He's also involved with the Raptors, I believe. He's down there. I don't know if he's a scorekeeper or something, but I always see him down at the game.
Oh, yeah, he gets lots of tickets, and certainly a very recognizable face in the world of basketball here in Toronto. Good look at Tony Rowe, the other official of the crew. Eastern Commerce in white, Birchmount in blue. Eastern at the line. And for Eastern, that was Angie McBeakey. And she played in last year's lineup that won the AAA championships, All-Ontario. For Birchmount, that's Caitlin Keon out there, and yes, she is a descendant of the famed hockey Keon family. Dave Keon, I believe, is her grandfather.
Oh. Jump ball.
And will be a jump ball. Now looking at Eastern Commerce Saints and the Birchmount Park Panthers. Panthers come into this lineup at 15 wins, 4 losses as we take a look at the replay, Gary. And your comments about the Birchmount Park team.
Just great hustle. They haven't played quite as many games as
Yep.
But so far they seem like quite the team. There's definitely cohesiveness among them out here. And we'll see.
Another spotlight player, Lisa Williams, who comes to us as a great shooter with the Birchmount Park team. Lisa Williams will be wearing number 23 today. And for Eastern Commerce Saints, they've been playing in a number of tournaments.
Yeah, they stay busy. The one thing about the Eastern, I was going to say school, but it's more of a community. You know, I've never seen it. Beautiful move. I've never seen a school that has so much involvement from their community and so many volunteers in terms of alumni and stuff who come back and give to the program. And I think that's why at both the boys and girls level they continue to shine and stand out.
Here's Danae Barrett going to the rack for the Eastern Commerce Saints. Coming down with the rebound was Shannon Janudin. And Eastern will put it up. That's all Twine.
Beautiful
Jody
pass.
Brown.
Beautiful pass. Very good court awareness.
Gary, I was alluding to the tournament results with Eastern Commerce and the fact that they've played in 3 tournaments, including Scarborough, Seneca, and Centennial College, and they've won all 3.
That just speaks volumes about the consistency of Eastern Commerce and how good they are as a team. And I think, again, when you play that many games and you succeed on an ongoing basis like that, you can only get better. And a game like this, it becomes something that they're familiar with. So it's an advantage. You know, they've been in this position, and that's a clear advantage.
The head coaches for Birchmount Park, Ranford Foster, assisted by Jason Brissett, Jonathan Wong, and Jason Gill. The head coach for Eastern Commerce, Kareem Griffin. The assistant coaches, John Amoa, Ivan Matthew, and Donna Lee Grant. And just to say that Ivan Matthews, very popular basketball player from his days when he was with Runnymede, as well as when he played his college basketball in the States.
I grew up watching Ivan Matthew dominate. He's a Barkley-type character. Not the biggest player in the world in terms of height, but what he lacks in height, he makes up for with width.
No question, no question.
Relentless scorer, rebounder.
Played with the famed Darren Thomas, longtime Rogers TV broadcaster and color commentator for men's basketball, and played with him on those Runnymede squads and won 2 opposite championships.
Legendary point guard, legendary point guard. Doesn't he have a book that's out right now?
Yeah, it's Never Too Small to Play Basketball, and right. You can get that on CD.
Yeah, he's a true example of that. He's writing about what he's lived.
Danae Barrett to the rack with the left hand, and Eastern Commerce again padding the total. They're off to a great start at 6-0.
Eastern looking very impressive here at the start of this game, both defensively and once they steal the ball, they're going down and running beautiful break, great passes and ability to finish. And if they don't, they get the rebound and finish it. So
Janaea Brown following up on the drive by Angie McBeeke. So it's now 8-0 with 5:25 left here in the first quarter of play, and they're running with a 1-3-1 defense.
Looks like it's going to be a long day for Birchmount, Dana, unless something serious changes here quickly.
Birchmount Park out there with Jessica Charles Gray, as well as Caitlin Keon, Brittany Crew, Lisa Williams, and Amanda White. Eastern Commerce out on the floor with Angie McBeeke, Jody Brown, as well as Janaea Barrett, Leanna Osei. And this is Osei with the ball right now. She was in last year's lineup. Great move, and she saw Jody Brown down low.
Her court vision is impressive, Dana. She sees the play before it happens.
Potent offense for the Eastern Commerce Saints. They've been walking over every other competition offered on the table here in Toronto, and I mean walking over competition.
Well, they're doing it with aggressive defense, and just which turns into the best offense, transition. They're hardly ever playing 5-on-5. It's usually offensively, it's usually a 2-on-1 situation, because as soon as they steal the ball, they're off to the races.
It's 10-2 right now for the Eastern Commerce Saints. 4:25 left here in the first quarter of play. And just looking at the Saints in the closest games that they've had this season, 54-38 over Etobicoke. They also defeated Lawrence Park twice, 59-43 and 66-55. Those were the closest games.
Right.
I don't want to even talk about those games where they hammered the opposition by more than 80 to 100 points.
Right.
Looking at Birchmount Park, and they defeated Weston 44-39 to advance to this game. Both teams come into this matchup undefeated. Birchmount Park 11-0 in league play, Eastern at 14-0.
Wow. They're quite impressive, and they score in bunches.
Number one ranked team coming in here. Look at that.
Dipsy-doo. Wow.
Putting on a show.
Wow. This is a very entertaining game, Dana. Much different than some of the other games we've seen. Very, very entertaining.
Leisha Dunn out there now playing for the Eastern Commerce Saints, and she comes into the lineup at 6'3". Big girl in the lineup for the Eastern Commerce Saints. Here's Osei. Looking to put it up. No, she's able to maintain control of the ball. Janaea Barrett. Wow. Shot off the rim. Rebound, Birchmount.
Charge.
And waiting for the call. And that call is going to go against Leanna Osei. So she moved as we take a look at the replay.
Beautiful job there taking the charge. Great position. And the referees did a very veteran move there by consulting with each other before making that call.
So the foul does go against Birchmount Park, and that's going to go against Jessica Charles Gray. That's her first personal foul, the team's second. Here's Charles Gray with the ball. I don't normally do hyphenated names, but in this particular case, it flows very smoothly.
Well, if anyone would notice a flow, it's you, Dana. You are.
You gotta have flow. You have to have flow. Ask any producer.
I must say, your suit today is beautiful. I think the tie goes really well with.
Gary, I knew you were going to bring this up, and you know what? I'm going to say this. That was a three. That was Caitlin Keon with the three, and I knew you were going to bring up fashion because it is all part of the world of basketball, as we see Caitlin Keon pop that three. But in knowing that you were handling our color commentating duties today, that you got to step up. You got to meet the challenge.
Well, you certainly got me beat today. You came with the tie. I unfortunately didn't bring my tie, and
and the fashion police are going to be all over you for it. Good look at Shannon Janudin in the lineup for Birchmount Park, and there it is. Janaea Barrett is so strong on the boards, Gary.
Yeah, she's doing a phenomenal job. She's a force to be reckoned with. She looks about 6'5".
Leisha Dunn out there, as well as Janaea Barrett.
Wow. It looks like a layup drill out here right now for Eastern Commerce, Dana. Their defense is superior, and they quickly turn their defense into offense.
16-5 for the Eastern Commerce Saints as Birchmount calls timeout with 2:25 left here in the first quarter of play. That's a fast first quarter. Yes. That was Brittany Brown who put up the last shot before that timeout.
I wouldn't want to be coaching Birchmount right now because what do you tell them when you got 5 solid defenders all in position, all aggressive, looking like the Boston Celtics coming at you? I mean, each one of those girls are like Kevin Garnett out there.
Well, Ranford Foster's got something to think about, and he's certainly going to rely on his coaching staff to help him get the girls to come over this hump, because it's a huge hill to climb against Eastern Commerce.
As you talk about coaching staff, Eastern's got as many coaches and supporters, whether it be managers or trainers, as people on the bench, and that again speaks volumes to the type of enthusiasm that's in the land of the Saints down there at Eastern.
Well, at this level, it's a different terrain. It's an even level between Birchmount and Eastern, because kids come from all over to go to these schools,
yes,
specifically to these schools, and to specifically play basketball. We've seen so many transfers over the years, and this goes back to the early 70s, and the transfer rules continue to have no teeth. And right, because of that, the schools that offer programs, and Eastern is one of them, Birchmount being another, it's a school with a beat program and an athletic program. Mm-hmm. And the kids are specifically going to go to those schools because of the programs that are offered, and because of the expertise in basketball, and programs draw themselves.
Well, players want to go to places where there's success. Success attracts people.
Yeah.
And, you know, they want to go where they're getting good coaching.
Yep.
Great opportunities in terms of tournaments, etc., and an opportunity to get a scholarship.
That was Caitlin Keon who just popped the 3. That's her second of the game. And Gary, it's now 16-8 for the Eastern Commerce Saints.
Now, being from a hockey family, would we consider that a goal or or a basket for Keon, considering her?
Yeah, we'll have to start counting goals for Caitlin Keon, but
considering her grandfather is one of the greatest ever.
Charles Gray, Caitlin Keon putting up a 3. That was a rush shot. She was looking at the clock, and she's going to put up another one.
Wow.
And she chases after her own rebound. Funny enough, she wears number 14 in the lineup, the same number Dave Keon wore in his days as captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, I think it was Wayne Gretzky that said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And I think Keon must have that on her wall, because she threw up a couple of 3s there within three seconds of each other.
What a pass. That was Janaea Barrett again off the glass. You want somebody who can sweep it. She's right there. Barrett came prepared to play today.
She sure did. Nice play.
That was a gutsy move by Charles Gray to go to the glass, and she's got to deal with Leisha Dunn, who's 6'3", ready to ram it down her throat.
You know, Dana, the program says 6'3", but I wouldn't be surprised if Dunn is about 6'5". She is tall.
She's a big girl out there.
You know, and she has long arms, and she extends them and is always in position.
There's a good look at her right there, number 32 in the lineup for Eastern Commerce Saints.
I think she has a bright future if she continues to progress and improve.
Handling the ball right now is Brittany Brown, and they're able to get the shot off, but that ends the first quarter of play with the score. Eastern Commerce Saints 20, Birchmount Park 8. And Gary, if you're the coach of the Birchmount Park team, what are you telling the troops?
Well, I'd show them a score. They are only down 12 points at this point, and I think that's a good job by them to hang around like that. They're playing against an offensive juggernaut over on this side, so they're doing what they need to do, which is hang around and hope for the best towards the end. They need to keep it close, or do everything they can to keep it close. But
let's take a look at the highlight package that we have coming up here from the first quarter of play. Let's walk through this.
The point guard, Liana Ossie, is a very, very good player. She has eyes in the back of her head, and she's made what she lacks in height. She's making up for with just being aggressive and solid. There you see her on the defensive end taking a charge. She's also dropped nothing but dimes to her teammates all game long. She pushes the ball ahead. She's not interested in dribbling the air out of it, and you love to play point guards like that. Reminds me of Darren Thomas.
distributes the ball very, very well, on top of the fact that he can put a dagger in your heart from three-point land.
Absolutely.
Here's Birchmount with the ball. Checking into the lineup, Jamila Campbell. 5 feet 4 inches tall, but her heart's a lot bigger than that. Here's Campbell with the ball. Bounce pass. That was to Shannon Janudin. And coming down with the rebound, strong rebound was Shanty Matthew.
Good steal by Birchmount.
Shanty Matthew's father is Ivan Matthew, and another mention as well, Samantha Hill in the lineup for the Eastern Commerce Saints, although she's injured right now. She's on the bench, and she's part of that famed Hill family. Alex is currently playing with Cornell after playing last year in the OFSA championship game for Eastern Commerce Saints. There's a good look at Samantha. And a couple other family members in the lineup, including Kate and Jake.
You know, Sam Hill is quite the gentleman. It's great to see his children having such success.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
A very, very respectable gentleman.
Mom and Dad are here in the stands today watching the game. Sam, a renowned high school basketball player and university player here in Toronto, and now a lawyer here in Toronto. Pass by Osei.
Wow.
Brittany Brown had the, or Jody Brown had the ball. Brittany and Jody, 1-2 punch. The sisters in the lineup for the Eastern Commerce Saints.
It's got to be great to be out there with your sister. You know, you.
Really?
I'm just saying, it's got to be. I don't have a brother or sister. I'm an only child, but I can only imagine if I had someone else to push me and to compete with, you know, instead of doing my drills in front of the mirror by myself sometimes.
Well, Gary, I've been to some of the Martin Luther King dinners and performances, and I can tell you, you have a lot of brothers and sisters out there.
Well, thank you, Dana.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. And to all my brothers and sisters out there, yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Be calling you Obama. And that ball being thrown away. That was intended for Jody Brown. A little too far for her outstretched arms. 7:05 left here in the first half of play. Eastern leading.
When you're a fast-breaking team, that's going to happen. They're just doing what they do, which is, you know, the turnovers will increase when you're looking to push the ball. And
Eastern changing on the defensive set. They're now going with a 3-2 defense from the pocket. That shot being put up by Campbell, hit the rim. Janaden tried for the rebound, but here's Osei with the ball as it went out of bounds. They'll inbound the ball. Peter Gay Duff out there in the backcourt for the Eastern Commerce Saints.
Birchmount's doing a better job defensively. They're a lot more aggressive. They're extending their zone a little bit and slowing Eastern down. They're doing a good job of getting back, so we'll see what happens here.
Leanna Osei looking to drive to the rack. Puts the ball down low. That was Jody Brown, and she connects. 22-9 for Eastern Commerce here in the second quarter of play.
I was interested to see what would happen if Birchmount got Eastern in the half-court situation, but it seems like Eastern is as effective.
Osei, she's not fooling the Ray officials on that move. She's got the dance work all down to a T. As you see her, Gary, on the move.
Yeah, she's good. She's good. She's got a beautiful handle, and that time she just took a jump stop and didn't stop and pass it or shoot it. She took an extra step.
I'm sure the coaches here from community colleges, as well as Michelle Belanger, the head coach of the University of Toronto, and Bill Pangos, the head coach of York Lions, are here and watching all the action. And if not, then I'm sure they'll pick up the tape to analyze the talent on the floor. Be a crime not to get any of these players in their schools.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of talent out here. If these girls are taking care of business academically as well, their careers will not end here. There are several players out here that would be of interest to any coach.
Leanna Osei connected on that shot. That was a two-point shot. 24-9 for Eastern as the ball is turned over.
I think number one is having trouble seeing the line there. Jamila Campbell dribbled about 3 feet out of bounds and kept going. That's what the Eastern Commerce smothering defense will do to you.
and that's certainly the case, too. They'll smother you with the defense, and you don't breathe.
Not at all. Not at all.
And the ball is going to go in favor of Eastern Commerce Saints. So they'll inbound the ball here with 5:31 left in the half.
Wow,
the #1 ranked Eastern Commerce Saints, last year's AAA champions for all of Ontario. Here's Jamila Campbell. She's going to put it up off the glass.
Good job.
Somebody broke down defensively for Eastern Commerce Saints, and I'm sure the head coach, Kareem Griffin, will address that at halftime.
Well, Jamila Campbell snuck out there. She contested and took off running, and she was awarded by her teammate who had her head up.
Janaea Barrett. It's a big lineup out there for the Eastern Commerce Saints.
Wow.
And that was a 2 that was put up by Lisa Williams, and we knew she was a great shooter coming into this game. Birchmount had a lot of success against Weston in a semifinal match, 44-39. Eastern defeated Etobicoke 54-38 to advance to this championship game here today.
Well, Birchmount isn't about to curl up and go and die here. They're going to compete, and Eastern is reminding me more and more of Coach Carter's team. I can just imagine their workouts. It probably include a lot of running because they have not stopped. There's pretty much some of the same girls have been on the court, and they don't seem to be getting tired at all.
This is Jody Brown at the line for the Eastern Commerce Saints. That foul was charged against Shannon Januden. So 26-13 it is for the Eastern Commerce Saints. Here's Charles Gray looking to drive to the rack, and that's a charging foul. That's the second or third time that she's committed that foul here in the half. She's got to keep her head up.
Well, that's exactly it. She put her head down. She did a great thing by going to the hoop, but she had her head down and didn't see the defense that had come over to help. And that's one thing Eastern's doing really well. They're helping, and I think it's impressive at this age when you can teach players to be so unselfish and so help conscious and defensive minded.
Yeah. Good look at Angie McBeakey. Boy, she's just a wealth of fun out there on the floor for the Eastern Commerce Saints, isn't she?
She's energetic.
She's come out to play today. Showing that intensity. Janaea Barrett in motion. She's got the ball. There's Osei with the ball. Osei with the nice dish to Jody Brown.
That's what you call a dime, Dana. That's a dime. All her teammate had to do was just go up. Everything was beautifully prepared and put on the table for her.
Jody Brown off the glass. Here's Caitlin Keon with the ball. Pressure situation. Eastern comes up with it.
Good hustle.
Osei saw Barrett, and here's Barrett with a shot from baseline. Did not drop. Mipike. Januden comes down with the rebound. Here's Campbell with the ball. Campbell. A little bit of a dance step there, but she dropped the ball and it's turned over. Here's Osei in a 3-on-1 situation. Osei takes it herself. Caitlin Keon with strong defense.
Yeah, but I think she was fouled right there. MBK was definitely fouled. Or make that Leanne Osei.
Januden, Keon looking for the pass. Lisa Williams out there. This is Januden with the shot from the elbow. Did not drop. Brown comes down with the rebound. Here's Osei. She'll run the offense. 3:12 left here in the half. 15-point lead for the Eastern Commerce Saints. It's an uphill battle for Birchmount Park. And that ball was thrown away. It was advertised on the pass. And here comes Campbell. And she'll put it up high off the glass on a can't-miss situation.
Right. Birchmount's come out really aggressive here. And Januden's been doing a really good job for them inside in terms of just keeping her hands up and being active.
Well, she's a big girl out there. Gary at 6'1".
Yes, strong built as well. And she's not afraid to get in there and mix it up with those trees from Eastern.
We've talked about some popular people and personalities that have come out of each of these schools, and looking at Birchmount Park, and they've had people like Peter Zezel, famed hockey star, come from the school. Kyle Ventura, who currently goes to the University of Toronto here, playing on the Blues hockey team as we take a look at Campbell on the replay. And lighting it up for the University of Toronto Varsity Blues right now, playing for Darren Lowe's squad. For Eastern Commerce, and the first player we think of is Jamal McClure, because he's currently playing in the NBA with the Miami Heat. But it all started back with all the guys from those years gone by, and Simeon Mars and Joe Alexander and Mark Hunt and and Charles Rochland, 1986,
Canada,
and
Colin Charles, Doug Johnson.
Oh yeah, you remember all those players.
The list goes on and on. Eastern's had a great tradition down there, great program.
Yeah, Johnny Cavaratsis, Owen Officer. They even had Jimbo Malott play in the lineup for Eastern Commerce back at that time. But those were the guys who laid the foundation for both guys and girls basketball there. That's what established the reputation there. And what I call the director of basketball operations, Lou Cielsis.
Oh, Lou is amazing.
He's still looking to get into the Hall of Fame.
Is he?
So if there's anybody out there voting for Basketball Ontario Hall of Fame, Lou is looking for your vote.
I would vote for Lou anytime. Very dedicated. True Eastern man.
Oh yeah.
Anywhere there in the world there's an Eastern player,
he's there for him.
Lou is there.
He's on the anywhere there is, Eastern's got their man on the scene.
Yes.
And he is their man. Janaea Barrett for the Eastern Commerce Saints, certainly leading the way. Barrett with 16 points for the Eastern Commerce Saints. That was Caitlin Keon. That was a 2 from baseline.
Keon's a good shooter.
Keon's got 8 in this game. Mipike, Osei. Barrett putting up the muscle off the glass, and look out. Talk about Jermaine O'Neal with the muscle down low for the Raptors. Well, Janaea Barrett does the same thing for the Eastern Commerce Saints.
She looks more like Shaq, though, in terms of just how she just dominates. She's
a female Shaquille O'Neal?
Yes, oh yeah.
Wow.
And I mean that in the most positive sense.
Really?
She's dominant down there. She gets the ball, she knows what she wants to do with it, and no one can stop her. It's just a matter if she makes a shot or misses, but it's not because of the defense.
I'm not sure they'd ever make a female Shaquille O'Neal. I'm not sure they would do that, big guy. As much as I concur with you.
Well, relative to the other people on the court and the way she plays, the style of play, the way she dominates reminds me personally of a young Shaq. Or a current Dwight.
Dominant.
Dwight Howard.
Yep. Oh, very dominant.
They can get any shot they want in the post.
Well, they call the timeout here with 1:07 left in the half. 32-19 for the Eastern Commerce Saints as we look at Brantford Foster talking to the troops and trying to get them back into this matchup. And they're not too far off, actually.
No, they're not. They're doing exactly what we said they had to do, which is just hang around.
Now we're looking at what's happening in the world of OUA basketball, because eventually these girls are going to move on to play college and university basketball. As we take a look at the replay, and that was a 2-point shot.
Yeah, that was a long 2 by Keon, who's doing a great job today of just getting her feet set, getting ready for the pass, and what I could like to call and refer to as shot preparation. She's ready in advance of the ball getting over to her. And once it gets there, it's hard for the defense to get there in time because she's already prepared to shoot.
Talk about a guy that is prepared to shoot. You look at Jason Capono. He's got the quickest release in the NBA and the best shot from three-point land.
He reminds me of Del Curry. Just that he's a little more athletic than Del at the end of his career.
Yep.
But he's been doing a very good job for the Raptors in terms of creating offense for them and being that complement to our very dominant, front court of Jermaine and Bosch, two of the best in the game.
And the turnover of the ball, and Eastern Commerce will take control. Look at Tashana Yamchuk, who's in the game now for Birchmount Park. Here's Osei with the ball. To the pocket. Osei, top of the key. She'll put it up with the left-handed.
Wow.
Showcasing the fact she could go either way.
She's showing us her entire repertoire today. And again, here goes Birchmount on to the races.
And this is Lisa Williams from the Birchmount Park Panthers. 32-21 as we've got 17 seconds left here in the first half of play. Here's Jose with the ball. Caitlin Keon.
Good job by Keon staying with.
That was a three-point
Jose.
attempt by Angie McBeake. Campbell looking to put it up, and just could not hit it before the buzzer goes off. So that ends the first half of play, 32-21 in favor of the Eastern Commerce Saints over the Birchmount Park Panthers. So, Gary, it's still within reach.
Absolutely. They almost got it to within single digits, and they're just keep hanging around like you said they had to do earlier. And they have a chance. They're hanging in there. They should be very confident going into the second half. And if they continue to play the way they played at the end, we're going to see a much closer game than probably anticipated.
You're watching girls 4A basketball. It's the championship game here from the University of Toronto. Eastern Commerce leading by 11. We'll be back with the half right after this.